Right, hello. Give me a minute, yeah, because I just noticed something with my stream. It keeps bringing up that pacifier thing. So I need to go into my settings to remove it. And I'm not sure how to do it now because of fucking YouTube messing around with everything. Advanced. Overlay community. No, I just don't know how you do this damn thing anymore. Advanced settings. No. Close that. Is it under customization? Yes, it is, I think. I don't know. I don't know. Branding. Basic info. Content. Dashboard. I don't know how to get rid of that damn thing. Live stream's coming up. Maybe it might be under that one. Live now. Just gone in that. Just gone into that section. Comments. And this, it ain't going to be under comments. Health review. No, don't know how to do it. Customization. Live streaming. Feature video for returns. No, I don't know. I'll have to sit and muck around with it another night. Can't be asked tonight. So I hope you're all doing well. Just a little one tonight. Can't be asked tonight. So hello, Ian, Angela. We had snow here today. I got up around about 1-2 o'clock time. I actually went to bed early last night as well, but I still felt tired. If I wake up and I feel sleepy still, I just close my eyes and nod off again. So I woke up about 1-2 o'clock time this afternoon. And then, this room's usually cold anyway, yeah. I thought, a bit chilly again today, this afternoon. And I don't know why I looked out the window, but I looked out the window and the whole floor was covered in snow. I thought, oh no, we got snow. This is going to make it even more colder in his house. So, yeah. Snow's kind of gone now. I've just been out to get some food. I've got the yump with the. I went around the local one, yeah. Well, I got a couple of local takeaway stores around here, chicken chips and kebab shop and Chinese takeaway. I went round to the closer one to me, which is supposed to be open on Sunday. Last Sunday was closed. I thought, is he going to be closed today or not? Should I ring him? I thought, no, I'll walk around there because I don't want to waste the money on a phone call. It's a bit tight with the old cash at the moment. So I walked around and the damn fucking shop was shut, wasn't it? So I had to walk all the way back, past my flat, back around the other location and get some chicken chips around that way. And that cost me £1 extra. I could have got 10 pieces of chicken wings for £2.50 and a portion of fries for £1. So that would have been £3.50. Round the other shop, 10 wings, portion of chips, £4.20. So That cost me 70p more. 70p more. No, I could have jumped on a bus. That would have cost me 75p, but then it still would have been 75p in it. So, yeah. When I go around in it, so I'm going to say, like, what is the point of putting on the menu Monday to Sunday when you're eating open on Sunday? I'm going to have a little niggle at them. No, I need to have my little niggle time to time. So, not a lot's been happening here, apart from, a bit of snow. Cat keeps pissing me off time to time. Keeps crapping on the floor when I've already cleaned out a dirt box, put new crap in it. The old stone stuff which they use. Hello, Jane. I put the new fresh cat litter in, and she's still shitting on the floor. My arm has been giving me a bit more pain again, a lot of pain. I can barely lift up a bottle of 2-litre drink with my left arm at the moment. I've had a little bit of a tummy upset over the last couple of days as well. So I took some Imodium today, hoping that might clear it up. Mind you, I did take Imodium the other night and it didn't clear it up. But I only took one. I'm supposed to take 2. No, it's the same cat that she always has. It's always the same. The problem with the cat, right, she had piss in it, but she won't shit in it, which is rather annoying. No, you don't have to clear that cat litter out for like 3 days, right? She has shit and piss in it for 2 days. Then she'll continue pissing in it, but she won't shit in it. Cat is a pain in the backside. No, at least she's eating her food a bit more though. I think the food I got from Lidl's she likes, because normally now her bowl is kind of near enough empty. So she does like the little chopped up meat with gravy. So that's all what she has got. She's got that and like the old cat biscuits that she normally has. And I think her poop has gone down a little bit, like smelly wise. It ain't stunk as like it normally does. I think it's certain cat food that she eats when it stinks like high heaven. But lucky enough, I've got like 3 bottles of 3 tins. I nearly emptied one. So yeah, I actually had 4, but I've now got 3 tins of air freshener, which is that violet stuff, which I really like. Remember those violet sweets that you get from the sweet shop? You can still get them actually. I love those violet sweets. That's what that spray smells like, violet. So when I go out and spray it, I have a nice little sniffle of it. But yeah, try putting puppy pads under the lip tray. I need to get a new lip tray actually. It's going to be kind of like dry. You empty it out and give it a clean out, and it's kind of like getting it's not a tin one, it's like a plastic one, but even plastic kind of like goes a bit cranky after a little while, doesn't it? Like me, a bit cranky. So yeah, I thought like, nah, so I'll have to go up and get another. I won't buy. Normally I don't buy one. I buy 2 or 3 cat litters. What are they called? Bucket things. And I usually like, swap one over once she's used it for a certain amount of time, and it's not cleaning out as properly as it usually does, then I'll just swap it over, and that's what I normally do anyway. I'm just waiting for my son to give me a text back actually. He's supposed to be coming up. He's supposed to come up Wednesday with my new mattress, but he couldn't make it. So he said, I'm coming up Monday. I've got like a van, which I'm going to borrow. Mum wants us to go down and collect some stuff down on the coast, so we can have a van. So I can bring it up in a van. I said, all right then, fair enough. So I'm just waiting to see if he will text me back. No, I did say to him, like no rush for the mattress, but there is now because the springs are getting worse and worse on this one. I don't know why I've got a bit of a sore throat tonight. My throat sounds a bit croaky. Yeah, croaky. So yeah. Now I've been thinking, like I said on the other chat stream, when was it? Last one or night? Not last one, because the last one was a test run of my Xbox Connect camera, and it wasn't working out all that well. It probably might have worked out a little bit better if I'd, like what I called a night light kind of thing in here. But I can't remember what I'd done with my lampshade. So otherwise, I could have used that and had that turned on during the night, and you would have got a bit more of a better picture with the Xbox SLR camera. But it wasn't bringing up, I couldn't find a light, so I couldn't have any light in here, and I didn't want to have the big screen TV on, so that would have kept me awake all night. So I didn't really bother doing an XLS Xbox Connect camera session. I had it on for about half an hour, and that was it. So I can't do the DVRs, the CCTV, because I can't get the software to pick up the cameras on the PC. The only way I can do it is with the camera, webcam, facing small screen. But I've still got 3 cameras down at the moment. Why, I don't know. I was going to go in and try and see if I can fix them, but I just couldn't be asked. I do need a new system, actually. So it looks like I'm going to start saving up for a new one. When that'll be, when I can get one, I don't know. A bit of polo stuck in my bloody gum now. Lockdown. Don't bother me. I don't go out much anyway. I was indoors all day today, apart from going out and getting something to eat. I haven't been out practically any time over the last few weeks, apart from doing a little bit of shopping, going to the post office, and that's it. But no, I played a bit of gaming today. The game I normally play, my survival. Took out that weird creature berserker in the mine. Got the blueprint, but I don't know what the blueprint's for. It's supposed to be for a building to unlock, but you can't unlock it, which is a bit pointless. I'm getting a blueprint from a berserker infected creature, and the blueprint, as I say, is meant to be for unlocking a new building, but there ain't no way unlocking it. So really going into a mine and destroying the berserker to get the blueprint and wasting all that ammo is pointless. But I got the blueprint. It's in my safe on the game. I'm thinking about quickly going to make a cup of coffee actually because my throat keeps drying up. And if I keep drinking soda pop, it's going to make it worse. So bear with me. Let me just go and make a quick cup of coffee. And I'll be back in a minute. See, that's why I did say coffee chat, just a chat stream. I should have put coffee chat, but I should have made a coffee before I'd done the stream, but you know me. All right, give me a few minutes. I'll go and make a cup of coffee and I'll be back. God, my arm is killing me. Even just pushing the door open with my left arm fucking makes it hurt. Try and find my ibuprofen. I normally have these ones, but Poundland has got a completely different ibuprofen packet, and they like white, and they like bullet-shaped kind of things, not round. Normally, ibuprofen come in either white or pink round tablet, aren't they? Like so. Don't you see that? Before I drop them. Yeah, like that, white or pink. But now they've got them in like a mini bullet shape kind of thing, you know, white. Nearly went down the back of the cupboard then. Wait a minute. Hello, Private. I think Jane deserves to become a moderator now, shall we? Yeah. Hello, Ulrich. Hello, Jane. You're now a moderator. Just keep an eye out on the old fucking trolls. And then, like, no, I don't like paracetamol. Paracetamol makes me feel a bit sick. You know, don't actually make me throw up. It makes me feel like I want to throw up paracetamol. Same with Anadin. I know paracetamol and Anadin are supposed to have near enough the same ingredients, but not all of them do. And I still feel like I want to throw up when I take paracetamol or Anadin. So, now the other night I was talking about doing some topics, you know, not so much like the murder mysteries and unsolved cases like me and Rose used to do, but topics on other kind of paranormal stuff like, you know, the Yeti, Abominable Snowman, Bigfoot, you know, that kind of stuff. Possibly something regarding like Mothman, Dogman. Now, Dogman isn't even real. Dogman is a movie which I watched the other night on Prime. And what it was is that apparently there's a inbreed kind of like human creature which is somehow, you know, it's a dog that walks on two back feet, you know, like a werewolf, I suppose. I thought that'd be an interesting topic, but it was a movie. It wasn't like anything that people would put down as like myth, that kind of stuff. Yeah, I still might talk about Mothman because like Mothman is an interesting kind of topic. Did you know the other day I actually saw, I can't remember where it was. I think it was like on one of the crappy news clips that comes on my phone every so often here. Scientists have actually debunked the Loch Ness Monster. They now think the Loch Ness Monster is just an overgrown turtle. Is an overgrown turtle. Because they can't prove the Loch Ness Monster even exists. So I'm now pointing down it's a possibility that what they call in the 1950s, I think it was, until today is an overgrown turtle. Now the thing is, they can't prove that either. Now Loch Ness is a very, very deep lake. And they do state that there possibly are underwater caverns. Now, if you think about it, yeah, you know, millions of years ago, especially Ice Age, you know, if there was caverns in the Ice Age and they got frozen over, maybe they just haven't defrosted. And, you know, over those millions of years, they've actually have now started defrosting, and there could have been creatures, you know, which were trapped in those underground caverns. And that's what's coming up time to time. So how can they turn around and say it doesn't exist when, you know, you're getting all these weird creatures popping up along, you know, different shorelines, you know, creatures that they've never even seen before. You know, we only touched a fraction of the sea, and we're up there in space trying to like find out, you know, what civilization was up there, or what kind of germ or bacteria, or you know, if it's hydrogen, nitrogen, or oxygen up there. They ain't even touched, you know, a fraction of the sea yet. How do we know there ain't told different kind of unseen, unknown creatures down there? Now, what was it? The one movie I watched the other day with oh, what is his fucking name? Oh God, I can't think of what his name is, but it was a movie called God. I hate it when you fucking think of a movie and you can't think of what it's bloody called again. It's about like a giant shark that was like came up from underneath the ocean after they interrupted a kind of like bubble thing that was covering X amount of the underneath ocean, which was not interrupted until they went in. Oh God, I can't think of the fucking guy's name now. Megalodon shark. And I'm trying to think who was on it. It was called Meg, I think it was, the movie. Yeah, it was called Meg, but I can't think who was bloody on it. Jason Statham, that guy. He was like the main actor on it, yeah. So, you know, how do we know there ain't creatures like that, such as like a megalodon down there? You know, if there are caverns that have never ever been like researched or found or searched for, no, we don't know how deep the ocean can be. You know, it could be miles deep, for all we know. It could be 10 miles deep. We wouldn't know until we actually had the technology and started going. I know, you know, technology's been, you know, discovered each fucking day, every week, every month, every year, you know, kind of thing. But they're not using that to research the ocean. They're using that to send up spaceships and possibly like occupy a planet in the near future. All right, that's how I see it anyway. But how do we know that, you know, some of these caverns in these locks, these like fast, wide, kind of like lakes, don't have caverns hidden underneath the water, and that some of those caverns are probably like kind of collapsed and you can't get through them. But maybe, you know, in time, you know, rocks decay over time, you know, you get landslides, you know, you get water slides, and, you know, not the water slide as in like going down a slide in the water, that kind of thing. But you know what I mean, you know, you have like underwater avalanches and something like that. What if one of those actually shifted like a blockage from a cavern, and behind that wall there could be hundreds of different like types of creatures there, you know, which may existed 100,000, even 1,000, well, not 1,000, but 100,000 or a million years ago, but still happy surviving, you know, kind of thing. Remember that movie? Oh God, Voyage to the Center of the Earth. How do we know there ain't like civilizations living in the center of the Earth? How do we know there's not a great big massive cavern somewhere, and you know there is like some kind of like artificial sky, and you've got plant life and everything like that. You've got under, like, you know, you've got little lakes there. How do we know that doesn't even exist? No, because if you think about it, a lot of movies that have been out in the past have actually started coming in one way true in the future. You know, now, there's certain movies that's been out there where they've said that, they made up something, or they foretell the future or something, and it actually happens. So how do we know that there isn't stuff down there underneath the ocean that we've not even seen as of yet, or in bottom of lakes? Because every country has earthquakes, don't they? We've had earthquakes here apparently before. So how do we know that an earthquake might have occurred in Scotland and knocked a few rocks out of a hidden tunnel or hidden wall, which is covering a tunnel up, and something comes out every now and then? No, they haven't really researched the loch that I know of or seen of. And I used to watch a lot of that stuff. I used to watch a lot about Loch Ness Monster and hidden cabins and stuff like that. Now they reckon on a TV program I watched, that water is getting kind of lower. Drinking water is getting low in certain countries as well, especially in the UK. Now, I don't know if it's a movie or if it's actual documentary actually it was a movie which was based on a true documentary event. And they were saying that they was going to try and pump out water from possible underground tunnels. And they reckon that a lot of old railway stations may hold resource water that we could use and become drinkable. Now the thing is, there's a lot, thousands, hundreds of thousands of people that homeless people that may be sleeping in the caves, the old railway stations, underground stations, whatever. And people wanted to know what's going to happen to them. Now if that was a real movie based on real events, what would happen to all the people that is homeless and living in tunnels? They also reckon that there are what are they called now? There are people that live there that we don't know of. I can't think of the fucking word now. I can't. Oh shit! When you think of a fucking word and it suddenly comes out of your fucking head. Oh god. But there's supposed to be people that, not actual proper people, deformed people that may be living in parts of the tunnels that are no longer being used and haven't been used for God knows how long. And when people do go down there, they tend to go missing. I can't think of what the fucking word is. Subterranean people. I reckon there's fucking millions of tunnels, throughout the whole world, which have been crafted by man and then been kind of just left and even mines, mining caves and stuff like that. People, and even underwater caves, if you ever watched that, there's a movie called The Tunnel. That was the one which was based on the one where they reckon that there could be water resources in tunnels which are no longer being used, but you got homeless people living there, right? But some of those tunnels go into even deeper tunnels that were never finished off, and that's where these submarine kind of people live, which ain't humanoid. They are in one way human, but not like we are, a kind of deformed kind of people, kind of thing, which they would not be welcome up above ground now, kind of thing, So what would happen to them? They'd be exterminated, wouldn't they? Now, have you seen a load of these films, these horror films where, people go into caves and tunnels and get, killed and eaten alive by these weird kind of humanoid creatures kind of thing? How do we know that doesn't even already exist? If you think about another movie, The Hills Have Eyes, where a group of people living in the backwater of Nevada, when they'd done the nuclear weapon testing, yeah, and people did not leave, and they came like deformed and stuff like that. If you think about that kind of thing, that's similar to the ones that are actually living under the ground, but may not even be, proper human. They could have been like, what's that other word I'm trying to think? Scientifically kind of like manufactured, if you see what I mean. So that's the kind of topics I might look at doing later. I don't know yet. It seems interesting. It might be a good talk. Try to get other people interested in topics, but if not, I might just talk about it myself. Do you think dinosaurs? Well, there's quite a lot of movies out. Funny enough, I watched a video last night, early this morning, The Planet of the Dinosaurs, where some people in a spaceship crashed on a planet similar to Earth, and all there was dinosaurs. They sent out like an SOS signal, but no one came down. So they eventually having to like settle on the planet, and they made their own little community, started having kids. But I reckon there might be some kind of island in the Pacific somewhere, which hasn't been seen by man. Like that one little island, like where King Kong lives, the great big ape. I love to watch those King Kong movies. I even used to like watching like the old, what was it called? Oh, what's that other one? Godzilla movies. So I'm always thinking like, there could be islands out there which were, affected by, the nuclear bombs that was being tested out in the oceans, and it's possible that it could mutate, animals, mammals, creatures, even humans, and make them like 100-foot tall. So we don't know. We, as I said, like we haven't even fucking like explored our own planet, really, have we? We're too concerned in like sending ships up to like Mars or Jupiter, or sending satellites out, sending radio signals out, trying to contact alien life form when we've already got aliens on here. Because where do you think we're getting all this technology from? Over 100 years ago, we never had this stuff. No, if we was brought on this planet by aliens, or God put us on the planet, 200,000 years ago or whatever, how comes we haven't found that technology or come up with that technology within the last 2,000 years, and it's only been the last 100 years that we started bringing out all this technology? We can't fucking well like evolution that quick. Surely we can't, And that's what it is, like evolution, isn't it, really? We come from like either a bacteria from the sea, some say that we was like a fish, some say that we were a frog, some say that, we was ape, some say that, we was brought here by, a different alien force, alien life form. Some say God made us, into man, Adam and Eve. What the fuck? What was we, alien brought over us? I'll say again, did aliens bring us over? Did we, evolution from a fucking, tadpole or frog or an ape or a gorilla or something? I don't think anyone knows how we got on this planet, how we actually become into man and woman. I suppose we are all related in one way, but It's all the DNA in it. All DNA splits into different forms. It's like with the Bigfoot, Yeti, Abominable Snowman, and Sasquatch. I believe if they do exist, then it's one family of humanoid type beings that may have been similar to man, but went off the beaten track, said, no, we don't want to be with them. We'll move on. We've evolved, we've kind of like came to being what we are now, man, woman, and they just moved off the beaten track. And there's a group of them, and then they split their group up into four. So one went one way, another one went another way, another one another way, another one went another way. And, that's why you're getting similarities to the Yeti, Bigfoot, Sasquatch, and the Abominable Snowman. And the Abominable Snowman and the Yeti is supposed to be the same type of creature. But they named it two different names. Why? Why they've named it Yeti and Abominable Snowman? Is it because they are similar in height? Just that, their fur is different. Maybe their speech pattern is different. Maybe the height is different. Then what about Sasquatch and Bigfoot? If Bigfoot and a Sasquatch is supposed to be the same, why they've named it Sasquatch and Bigfoot? Is it because Bigfoot could be slightly taller than a Sasquatch? Is a Sasquatch got different kind of like fur than the Bigfoot? Has Bigfoot got bigger feet than a Sasquatch? Fuck knows. I reckon it's all the same kind of creature. It's just that it's moved, it split paths. It came away from man. It went its own direction. It didn't. Elite. What was it called? The evolution did not, make it like we are. The evolution stopped, or they just didn't. Oh, I don't know. Talk shit sometimes, don't I? Throat's still dry. I don't think it was that chicken, but I don't know what's my throat's dry. Well, it does interest me, some of these myths that are out there, but it is a hard thing to actually get into and kind of like talk about the topic because there's so much information. You could be sitting there researching, one particular myth for months, even years, before you might even get the information that other people actually are saying themselves, kind of thing. So you could say one thing and the other person who's in with the same topic can turn around and say, hey man, you're talking shit. You don't know what you're talking about. That's why there's professors and people out there who dives into this kind of stuff a lot more. You can't really research, a topic about a myth for a week and then start really talking about it. Although, we have in one way, I suppose, but, we ain't gone into that depth of researching it because, even with all the research out there, where is the proof that they still exist? I think the first video footage of the Bigfoot was supposed to be faked, a hoax. But you still got professors saying, no, you've got scientific people out there saying, no, we've checked out, it's the way they move, the way they swing their body, the way they hunch over, the way they kind of move their head. It's like they're saying that they're more like ape than anything else, than humanoid. And they reckon certain amount of people say that it's fake. Some people say it's true, and some people still don't think it's either. They're kind of in between possibility. So if you think about all the myths, the Mothman. Where's the proof that a Mothman exists? How the hell does a Mothman exist? No. Is it a guy dressed up in a moth? outfit. But if you think about it, it goes back 40, 50 years or so. And the Mothman apparently is the myth where, I don't know, it's either before or after something happens, like, like when I think it's Illinois, I'm not sure, a bridge collapsed. Hundreds of people saw this figure of a Mothman on the bridge, right? And they now actually stating it was more of a warning kind of signal that that this bridge was going to fall down. And eventually the bridge did fall down, and like a lot of people lost their lives. And there are like places just like the Bigfoot, where you got museums and like people doing all different stuff regarding those particular creatures that are supposed to be out there. The Cooper Tribe are always fucking called. That's supposed to be like two different types of creatures in one, or whatever it is. There's so many different myths out there. I can't even think of half of them, to be honest with you. My brain's gone dead. But I want to talk about some of the myths, but I've got to research it for. It's going to take 2 or 3 weeks before I can actually talk about one particular topic, because I can't just like read a little bit and say, well, this is this and it's that and that's that, kind of thing. That's it, over and done with. When there could be a lot more, that you could actually talk about. But I think like the technology we got, we did not create ourselves. I think like we got a helping hand. I do think that there are aliens amongst us. I do think that there are life on other planets, possibly aliens similar to us. 2 eyes, nose, mouth, ears. Not like they say with the big eyes, grey skin, all that kind of crap. There probably is. You just don't know what kind of like alien life form is out there on different planets. How do we know that we weren't brought here? Because I reckon that I think it was Jupiter, wasn't it, or Saturn, that they're trying to like research right now, and they reckon that they see like possible structures on there. And one professor was saying that maybe they was able to make spacecraft, and they the newest kind of like planet which was inhabitable was this planet, and we moved from that planet to this planet. No, it's a possibility. I can't see that we're the only life form out there in a big world, wide space of like, in that galaxy. Or there's hundreds of galaxies apparently in there. And they reckon they're getting radio signals. So where are they getting them from? Hello, Jessica. All right. I've been in self-isolation myself, actually. So I've only been out to get something to eat today. I sent a text message to my son on Facebook asking if he's still coming up tomorrow, but I've not had no reply from him yet. So I'll have to give him a call tomorrow. I know he's going pick some stuff up for his mother, I think, in a van. And he said if we got time, we'll pop it up on Monday. Because he was supposed to bring it on Wednesday, actually, but he couldn't do it. I think it's Celia probably are going to. Celia. She's the only one I know who lives down the coast. Yeah, well, I don't know what time he's coming up, if he does come up. No, I did say to him, I ain't, rush for the mattress, but my one, you can feel the springs popping out, more and more each bloody night, and my arm is really getting dead. Springs are like, just like sticking in my bloody arm after night. I thought he was talking about, I thought he said his mother. I don't know. If you speak to him, just ask him to text me and let me know what time he's coming up tomorrow. So I don't usually wake up till like late morning, early afternoon. So it depends on what time I go to bed. I know I sent him a Facebook message, but not had nothing off him yet. Just saw Sarah's last picture. Heart, stars, and the dirty mirror. Oh my God. My God. Yeah, I've got to show you this, guys. Talking about a fucking rip-off merchant, right? I've always said he's a rip-off merchant. Look at this. Half-panel personal astral doorway, custom spirit communication device. $11,000. $11,100 plus $200 shipping. And he's got 81 bids. That guy is such a rip-off merchant. Such a rip-off, man. I feel sorry for all the people who bought those ghost boxes off him and they all screwed up and he never refunded them or, done anything. $11,000, man. Fuck me. No, I don't know. Well, I'll be going in a little while, guys. I don't know what I'm going to do the rest of the night. I'll probably watch a movie or two on Prime. Jurassic Dinosaurs of the movies. Yeti, the giant of the 20th century. A King Kong remake released at the height of both Italy and Canadians' exploration booms in Newfoundland. The Great Alligator. Jurassic Hunters. Jurassic City. The Land That Time Forgot. Tentacles. Poseidon Rex. Gargoyles. Grizzly. Raptor Ranch. The Giant Gila Monster. Creatures from the Haunted Sea. These are like, these B movies, aren't they? The Being. Komodo versus Cobra. Savage Planet. Return to the Lost World. Snow Beast. Bermuda Triangle. Sharktopus versus Werewolf. Wow Wolf. Where do people bring this fucking crap up? On the trail of Bigfoot. Willow Creek. Oh no. Let's curse him. 11 grand, 81 bids. 81 bids. I'll just tell you, man, people like that. No, he's not in it for the paranormal. I'm telling you. He's not doing it to make, the paranormal more of an interested topic. He's making devices that anyone can probably build and make, right? For pittance, for a few $100s. And it looks like, one of these like ghost boxes with a few extra things added to it, like possibly like an amp and a synthesizer or something. Now, people like him need to be stopped because he's just ripping people off left, right, and centre. And you know what? For those people who want to buy his shit, they can't have no brain cells, to be honest with you. They can't have brain cells, or they just got plenty of money they want to burn away, for a piece of crap that someone built. And I reckon it is crap. A lot of people say he's, people have bought stuff off him and said it's crap, and they can't even get a refund. He's a con man. He's a fucking con man, man. Yeah, rich, wealthy idiots. If you want to buy something, not be ripped off. There's technology out there that could probably help you to communicate with spirits in a better way that he can. If you want to throw money away, fight my direction. For fuck's sake, I could do with it. Stop giving it to a fucking idiot that just loves ripping people off. Now, not long ago, he said he was fed up with the paranormal. He's not going to do the paranormal anymore, but suddenly he comes back. He wasn't going to do any more streams. His YouTube was going to go down. 2 months later, he's back. He didn't close his YouTube down. He carried on ripping people off with his like ghost boxes, which didn't work. I know someone who actually bought one and said it didn't work. And you know who that was? Jason. He bought one off him. I'm sure it was him. And it didn't work. You had to give it to a friend to get it working. And that's shipping costs and, getting parts for it to work. But yeah. Got money to waste, money to burn on a piece of crap that ain't going to work. Because there's no proven evidence it's working, is there? Is there any YouTube videos out there? Let's have a look on Mr. Puff's YouTube channel. Super Portal is here. So he's got a Super Portal as well. And that one is... What was it again? The Crystal Doorway. So he's got a Crystal Doorway and the Super Portal is here, which he posted the video of 14 minutes a week ago. Thirsting Thirst. All right. Oh, he's actually spoken to Charles Manson, is he? He's spoken to Charles Manson. Who else is he talking to? Let's talk about how good can come from contacting evil spirits. Something about this is a sign and message from God. Something appeared at the top of his house. And he now says it's a message from God. You know, I don't even watch his shit anymore. No, he's got communication with Michael Jackson via Put Spirit. You know, he reckons he's spoken to so many famous people. Stanley Spirit Box session. He caught a full body apparition. Evil Divot Box. I open one and burn one. Well, if you look at the one that he done, Divot Box Demon in a box, what really happens, which he posted a year ago. Look at his face. Look at Huss' face. Yeah. I'm still surprised that he's got 1.66 million subscribers watching his shit, crap, bullshit, fake channel. And I say he is fake. I'm sorry. I don't normally call a lot of people fake, but he's fake. No, he's got no proof that he's spoken to any of those so-called spirits, especially Michael Jackson. No, there is a possibility that you might hear a Michael Jackson tone or voice comes through the ghost box, you know, because you always hear Michael Jackson's songs still, even though he's dead. You know, even Elvis Presley, you know, he's dead, but you still hear your song from Elvis Presley. So it's like 1 million chance that, you know, you might get the sound of Elvis Presley or Michael Jackson or some other guy that, you know, has passed away. But no, I don't know. I wouldn't even have anything from him, even if he sent me it free of charge. You know, if he sent me something free of charge, you know, which would be a very unlikely and very impossible thing for him to do, because he never gives anything away for free. But if he ever sent me anything free, say, hey, you know, like, you know, this will change your mind, you know, test it out. As soon as it comes through the post, I wouldn't even open it. It'd be in the bin. It'd be in the bin. Because I wouldn't want to try anything with him. No, the super portal. What's so super about his portal? The only super portal he's got is shit coming out of his arse. Sorry to say. That's what he's got. The super portal of crap coming out of his rectum. I think my bum looks like his face, actually. No, I can't be that bad to my bum. But if you look at his face, man, my God. You know, he has changed, you know, his appearance changed a couple of times, you know. Look at, like, the screenshots or the thumbnails on his videos. You see, like, his appearance has changed, you know, time to time, whether he's been, like, ill and still done all this bullshit crap, you know, kind of thing. I don't use WhatsApp anymore. So don't WhatsApp me, because I don't use it much. I'm not allowed to use it anyway. I can't use it. By the advice from the officers in charge of my case, they said just don't use it. Yeah. I can't understand why he's got 1.6 million subscribers. I just don't understand why people are so stupid, so dunce, so idiotic to buy crap off him. No, even with people you know who can convert ghost boxes, yeah. I have converted ghost boxes. Well, I've converted radios into ghost boxes. I've sold a few in the past, yeah. And I said, this is what you're getting, you know. Yeah. People that ghost box off me and had really good results off me, like Living Dead Paranormal, they get tremendous amount of like, you know, brilliant results off the ghost box I sent them, yeah. But other ghost boxes, I can never say that, you know, you're going to get the same response from, you know, we're using an Hitachi or an Amiga or a Roberts or some other kind of ghost box. Different radios give different kind of like responses or gives back different results, you know. You may have a ghost box which I've tested and got crazy amount of stuff coming through. When you get it, it doesn't mean that you're going to get it through. It's down to the spirits who don't want to communicate with you. And you know, you need to explain on how to, you know, communicate with spirits with a ghost box. You need to tell the spirits to use the, you know, the airways, the static, white noise, the broken up audio and all that kind of stuff to try to communicate back for you. And if they're able to do that, fair enough. Right. But if you're going to buy it, it's more of a, you know, trial and error. It's like what Dave Dimlow said on one of my streams one day. If you don't buy it, you don't know if it's going to work or not. Fair enough. But if you look at all the videos that people have done on him, on Mr. Puff, you know, all the videos that people have done streams on him, and people still want to continue buying that crap off him. These people have either got to be nutcases or people who think he's some kind of cult leader and he's attracted them into his little band of like believer or whatever, or they just got money to burn. No, 11,000 so far, and that's still on the bidding war. 11 grand. It could go up to 20 grand. It could go up to 50 grand. You know, what idiot is going to spend that money? I'm going to have to watch a couple of videos later, see what Riley has done. Because I know Riley does videos, and I know there's another guy who does video on Mr. Puff. I want to see if they've done any videos. Should people pay us? I wouldn't mind getting paid, actually, you know. In one way, I have been paid, you know, with donations, you know, helped me to, you know, buy stuff for paranormal purposes, you know, in the computer. If I didn't have a computer, I wouldn't be doing my paranormal streams, would I? You know, I wouldn't do my bushcraft streams. I wouldn't do my gaming videos. So, you know, when people do want to help you out, I can understand that. But he's not asking for the help, is he, really? He's asking for people to spend out money on shit that doesn't really work. Because where's the proof that that actually works? Where's the proof it works? You know, personal astral doorway. How can you make a personal astral doorway for someone? Oh, well, if you give me $20,000, I'll make a portal and I'm making it personal to you by opening a doorway for you only. Well, no, that's bollocks, isn't it? Because he's actually done it himself. He's opened a portal, a doorway, an astral portal doorway for the person. So how can it be personal to him if he's already used it? So like Jess, see what I mean? See what I mean? It can't be a personal astral portal if he's opened it himself. You know, if it's personal, it means the person who buys it has to open the astral portal himself without being in any way used. But it's got to be used because he's got to test it, innit? I wouldn't be surprised if there's a fucking mirror added onto it. You know, what was his last one? His portal ghost box. You know, he put some fucking like coat hanger wire, a few fairy lights on, and a few other bits and pieces to make it look so outstanding. He even painted it gold, you know, kind of thing. Or you're going to get a golden portal ghost box. Yeah, you know, only $1,000 or $2,000 or what the cost was. Hey, look, I've got a mirror. Now look, Rose gave me that mirror, yeah? I'm going to now say that is a personal, spiritual portal gateway to the spirit world. It's up for sale if you want it. I won't take bids less than $20,000. So if you want a portal, a spiritually mirrored portal, start bidding now. Oh, I'll even put some fairy lights on it for you. Make it glow, make it nice and light up, you know, sparkly lights. I'll put some little crucifixes on the window mirror as well, on the sides of the mirror. So you've got protection. If you want to talk to the negative spirits, just rip off the crosses and then like talk shit to the spirits like some people do. Where has he got the spiritual energy and the emotional energy? This guy. You know, the reason I stopped following this guy because what he'd done in that cemetery. Now, I watched all these videos. I thought, yeah, this guy's great, you know. He's treating the spirits with kindness, love, and respect, you know. Using some ghost boxes that he's creating. Yeah, great. But as soon as he bought that app out, he's driven down to a cemetery and then he starts advertising his ghost box app in a cemetery and then starts trying to demand to talk to a guy who is in a casket being walked down the lane in a church getting ready to be laid at rest. Come and talk to me on God. I can cost you over like that for you. Oh. What the fuck had I just seen? I thought that was the most disrespectful thing anyone could do in a cemetery. Advertise his ghost box and pretend he's God and says that he can cross someone over when he's not even been laid at rest yet. You know, people have asked me to try to communicate, right? And I'm not lying to you. People asked me to try to communicate with people who are just deceased. And I said, no, I won't do it. I prefer someone to lay at rest for, 6 months before I even try to communicate with them. There are people I'd love to communicate, family-wise. But I just don't feel like I've got the energy or the love and compassion to do it right now. And the thing is, some of them are from, the exercise of the family. Like my sister-in-law, Leia. She was a lovely woman. But, if she came to communicate with me, would she speak English or would she speak Filipino? I don't know. If she started talking to me in Filipino, I wouldn't know what the fuck she's saying. So she'll have to speak English. I just don't feel like I have the energy or the love and compassion to even try to communicate with her at this time. Maybe, later in the year. Now, other people said to me, oh, like, you know, my granddad died or my cousin died, you know, is there any chance you can do a Ouija board? Well, when did they die? Oh, 3 weeks ago. No. Got to give them more time than that to lay down, you know, put them at rest. No way. That's just been like disrespectful, for one. And, you know, how do you know that that spirit is even ready to communicate with you? Hi, Michael. How's it going, mate? You know, you need to respect them. You know, apparently Puff has spoken to so many famous people. Not long ago, he's trying to communicate with someone who had only just died a day earlier. And he's got video out of him trying to communicate with this person. Can't remember who it was, but someone famous, like a pop star or someone, or a movie star. And oh, I'm talking to so-and-so, you know, and you know, he's coming back to me, and this is his voice, you know. Well, you can't hear his voice. Now, any famous person that dies, right, especially TV or, you know, movie stars, you know, people done like soap operas or whatever like that, even radio DJs and stuff like that, yeah, you're going to hear snippets of their voice on radio for months on end, because people are going to be talking about them on radio, and you're going to hear the person's voice on radio, like, you know, whether it be in a song or someone playing back a script that they might have done, you know, like, you know, with the person reading that script on a movie or a TV soap or something, yeah, or some kind of documentary they're playing back on radio or TV or what the fuck. You're going to hear their voice for, you know, X amount of time, aren't you? You know? Everyone's going to be bringing up their name on certain types of media. And because you hear his name, you know, it don't mean that is the person. Now, you might get someone who has a voice similar to like that person and mentioning his name through a radio station. Oh, no, he just said his name. He just said his name. I asked his name and the name came through. Yeah, probably 1 in a million chance, yeah, but it's probably like trying to win the national lottery or something, you know, kind of thing. But you're going to hear, you know, the person's name being mentioned, God knows how many times, you know. I've heard fucking radios in the past, you know, where certain person's name was being mentioned on every fucking radio station. It was a famous, well-known celebrity as well. No, I'm not really a medium. I have abilities, but I'm not doing paranormal at the moment because of certain personal reasons. Sorry to say, but there are people out there who you can probably jump over and have a chat to. But I don't do the paranormal. Yeah, I'll talk about it, you know, but I don't do much at the moment, I'm afraid to say, because the issues that I'm going through. No, I will be doing the paranormal, you know, start the paranormal up again within the next month or two, you know, doing ghost boxes and Ouija boards and possibly pendulum sessions and stuff like that. But this month I'm not doing nothing. No, people said to me, you know, will you do this and do that for me? I said, no, I'm not in the right mind. I don't have the energy to do it right now. Do I know anyone? Well, there's a lot of people on Facebook. If you go on Facebook and just like, you know, look on Facebook pages, there's plenty out there who probably help you. I don't even go on Facebook much, to be honest with you, now either. But there are hundreds of groups out there. If you do, you know, a Facebook search for mediums, I'll guarantee you'll find one. Now, they charge or not, that's another thing. And that's one I think is bad as well. I understand, like, you know, it's time consuming, you know, maybe the cost of a phone call, but some of these mediums ain't even real mediums. Now another rip-off. Like some of these card readers, more rip-off. You know, There's only a few people that's given me card readings and been dead on. Some of them have been totally wrong. And they reckon that they're, true-blown card readers or mediums and stuff like that. You're going to get the fakers out there who'll come on and rip you off. No, I don't rip it. I don't do card reading. I have done a little bit of card reading, tarot card on here, live stream, yeah. But I've never charged anyone. Never. People ask me to do ghost box sessions, and I've done ghost box sessions. Did I ever charge? No. Nothing. If people want to donate to the channel, then fair enough. That helps my channel, pays for my channel, pays for the equipment I use. Because, card reading, ghost boxes, you're still using it, still wear and tear. So if someone donated to the channel, fair enough. I won't, reject a donation. But I don't charge people. And I think that's fucking out of order where people charge. There's been stories I've heard where someone wanted to go to a card reader to get some information on a family member. Card reader said, yeah, okay, it's going to cost you $1,000. Person went and paid $1,000, got a little bit of information, and it led her to keep going back. Would you believe she sold her house and spent all that money on a card reader? Like, what was it? I don't know how much a house is in the United States. Like, she spent $250,000 on a card reader, and she still never got the full, information that she required. And the card reader said, well, there's more. Just have to cough up with the bread and the money. And she had no more money. If you've got a lot of people who know you and trust you, and they say go to so and so, go to Tom Bloggs. He's read a lot of card reading to people, a hell of a lot of people, and all the information that he's given to people has been spot on or near spot on, kind of thing. So he is a trusted kind of person. Go to him. Now, if Tom Bloggs is getting a well-known reputation over it, and he wants to start charging, then fair enough, because it does take, time, energy, and effort to give a card reading. But when you got people out there, it's just doing it for the sake of doing it, and they don't know diddly squat about it, and they think they know everything. They're charging you $100 for 10 minutes or something, yeah. Screw that. Screw that, man. I'd rather go to someone who knows everything about it and has got a well-known reputation. Then I'd rather go to them than the so-called person who knows it all when they don't know diddly squat. No, there are people who rip you off, especially Mr. Puffy Huffy. No, since that time he done that ghost box in a cemetery, and he's trying to cross someone over who hasn't even just been buried. He's on the way to be buried in the cemetery. Now, the guy hadn't even been put in the hole yet. In the plot, he's been walked down. Huff was actually watching him walk down, going, "Hey, you who's been buried, come to me. I can help you to cross over." He denied it, but the video was there. And I think the video still might be there. I don't know. Don't really care actually, but I think I was one of the first people who brought that up, and over time people kind of moved away from me because they all thought, yeah, that's kind of disrespectful to the person who's been buried, not just to the person who is dead and being buried, but to the family as well. Quite a few people kind of moved away from him, but he's got a big audience. People still want to watch and believe the shit that he comes out with. Now, I know some of it can possibly be, authentic, possibly true, real, but only a fraction of it. Only a fraction. No, apparently he's had near-death experiences and spoken to God himself. I don't do meditation anymore. I find meditation hard, difficult. My mind kind of like, in one way, gets distracted. Like, I could try sitting here and try and meditate, but one little sound, that screwed it for me. So I can't block out the sound. Like, I could try to sit and meditate right now, go into like a trance kind of thing, yeah, and try to block everything out. But one little creak, one sound from upstairs, one knock, one tap, even the cat getting down, run out, go to the bathroom, or get something to eat, distracts me. And I can't do it. It kind of like breaks my concentration. I still get a few noises in here time to time, when I'm trying to sleep. Like little taps and knocks. I thought I saw my chair move the other night. It's a new chair. It's like supposed to be sitting that way. And I'm sure it was sitting that way towards my little monitor, the way it's facing now. But when I looked up, somehow it turned around that way. And I'm thinking, I thought I put that chair the other way round. But I couldn't remember if I kind of like gone out of the bathroom and like might have knocked the arm, and by knocking the arm, it's spilled the chair around. But my chair, I'm sure, I can't prove it, just, I'm sure my chair moved. What is the date today, by the way? 24th. Next week, on the 31st, next Sunday, 31st, we may do the first dole session of 2021. And that means bringing the dole in, putting it on the altar, and a K2 meter, probably one of our DC boxes, and, an EVP recorder, and might do a Ouija board. So that'll probably be the next week, end of the month. So I did say I want to start doing stuff starting next month. So it'll probably be the first of the end of the month, beginning for the new month. I don't know what time it'd be. Jessica's gone, Ian. She went ages ago. Where's my phone? Still not had a message from my bloody son yet. At least I don't think I've. Oh, my son's at work. No wonder. Oh well. Oh dear. So who else had snow? We had snow. We had snow today. I think it might snow again sometime this week, maybe. been cold enough. I remember going out in the snow with my two nephews way back, probably about 4 or 5 years ago, doing the old Dartford Cemetery, and I had a broken leg. I went to my sister's, and me, my nephews went to Dartford Cemetery, doing a ghost hunt, trying to find my cousin and my uncle's headstone, which we did find. Didn't find my nan's one, no, but we found my uncle and nephew. And there's me hobbling along with a broken leg in plaster. And I think that's the only time I've done an investigation with a broken leg with my nephews. And that's about 4 or 5 years ago. Steve has a spirit helper named Tina, and I thought about it possible being that aspect of the Egyptian god and it. Well, I've got Tina and Abby, haven't I? Tina was a spirit that came to me in a doll from Rose, because Rose felt that Tina's spirit was negative towards Rose itself, but she wasn't. But Tina came to me anyway, and I've got Tina coming through the ghost box hundreds of times, man. And then Tina said to me one day, I can't remember when it was, months and months later, said that, she's helping too many spirits out and that she'd have to bring another spirit guide down here, which is more of a high spirit than Tina is. And that was Abby. So Abby is more like a angelic kind of angel in one way. She's more higher in the spirit realm than Tina is. And Tina don't really like using the ghost boxes much now. She used to, when I was trying to talk to her a lot. But now Abby's here, she's kind of like come away from ghost boxes and Ouija boards and left that to Abby to come and talk to me, communicate with me. I know it sounds a bit stupid. We always feel like there's some kind of like spiritual energy talking to us in her own mind. She does that to me sometimes. Comes, talks to me, asks me if I'm okay. What my plans are. And I just say, oh, I'm all right. Not feeling too good today. Yeah, she can sense that. Wants to know when I'm going to get back into paranormal. I said, well, you should know. You can read my mind. You should know when I'm going to be doing it. Goes, yeah, but we miss you. And they do try to communicate with me, but I tend to still not want to do much. And I just say, just leave me. I'm not being rude. Just leave me. Let me kind of work things out. And when I'm kind of getting back, feel like the energy's coming back, and I'm not feeling like as much low as I am. I'll get back to you. And they're understandable with that. Okay, fair enough. We're here when you need us. Just give us a shout. It might not come running straight away, but might take us a few seconds, but we'll be around. I know it's a bit weird that, but I do feel that they are, still around quite a lot, although I'm not talking to them. They're kind of I feel more of they're more protecting me than anything else at the moment. They can't say I don't want to talk. I don't want to do any kind of spiritual communication, paranormal stuff. But I feel they are here, and they are kind of keeping an eye out on me and trying to heal me spiritually, and trying to understand the way things are going at the moment. And they'll be, good and willing to come and talk to me when I need them to talk to me, or when I want to do a Ouija board, they come and talk to me on a Ouija board or ghost well, not so much of ghost boxes. They don't really like ghost boxes much, to be honest with you. You know, Tina don't like using a ghost box. Abby, you might hear her come through once or twice, but she's not keen on the ghost boxes now. She prefers to talk to me on a Ouija board or a pendulum. But they got to realise, even though doing a pendulum or a Ouija board takes a hell of a lot of energy out of you. And people don't understand that. Well, Ouija boards and pendulums take a fucking lot of energy from you. It knackers you out rather quickly. And, you know, I just don't feel like energetic right now. I still feel I don't have that oomph, that energy, you know, in me to do anything right now. That's why I'm saying, like, you know, possibly, you know, end of the month, then I'll try to do like a doll session. And, you know, if I do a Ouija board, it might only just be the Ouija board once a month. It might be twice a month. I might start feeling that energy coming back on me and probably do several a month. I don't know. It depends on how I feel and what energy I can gather up, you know, what energy I've got inside me. If I'm feeling okay, if I'm feeling kind of like down and depressed and anxiety, I'm not going to do it, because that's, I think, can attract negative energies, and I don't want to be confronting negative energies against, you know, whatever I'm doing. You know, I know we're still going to have like these little mischievous little buggers. Of course we are. But they're not real negative energies. The mischievous one, they're just more like playful ones, like playing tricks. And I don't mind that. You know, and like, I need to get that protection going as well. Like, I need to find the blessed water and holy salt. You know, I need to like find my prayer sheets. I think I've got my prayer sheets on my computer somewhere actually, so I can like, you know, read that stuff, print them out again. So that ain't too much of a problem. But there are certain prayers I like to read out on a live stream before I even start doing a Ouija board or a ghost box. Sometimes I just say, like, you know, guide and protect me, you know, send down protectors, you know, my spiritual protectors, keep me safe. And let's go on with this. And as long as I can feel the energy, you know, like, you know, protection energy. And my dad's like a big protector. No, my dad's spirit energy. If he's around, then he's going to be here. If I feel like, you know, some kind of negative energy is being pulled in and my dad's not here, then I feel like they tend to like rush over to where my dad is, say, hey, you know, there's some negative energy there, you know, we need you now, you know, we need you here now, and like, you know, yeah, drop whatever he's doing and come over. I know it sounds a bit stupid to people, but, you know, that's how I feel anyway, you know. I have other spirit energies around, you know. I even feel energies that I don't even know or sense, to be honest with you. I'm always feeling different energies around me. Sometimes, like, someone might say to me, well, how do you know it's a new energy? Well, it's like a different, it's like one of those kind of feelings you get, you know. It's like when you get that sensation like you're being watched, you know, where people come out and say, like, you know, to ghost hunting groups, like, you know, when the house is haunted or possibly haunted or spiritually active, and they say, well, how do you know that? And so, well, you know, I'll get that sensation, that feeling I'm being watched. Well, it's similar to that in one way. You know, you feel like there's a new spirit around you that you don't know of. You know, it could be a spirit from one of the cemeteries around me. You know, I have like 8 cemeteries within a 5-mile radius, 10 within 6 miles. So it could be a spirit that's been informed that, you know, oh, Steve's a paranormal investigator, you know, if you want help, then go and see him, and, you know, if he's up to it, he might help you out one night, you know, kind of thing. And if you feel like, you know, that there's a new form of like energy around you, which I do get. You know, I don't really kind of like, which I should, but I don't really accept it. I just say, look, I'm sorry, you're wasting your time right now. Come back when I'm ready. And I know they probably get a bit pissy, thinking, oh, well, I've just come from the spirit room, home that you can, communicate with me. But if they know I'm not ready, they ain't going to like, it's like, with kids, when they want something, oh, I want some sweets today, Dad, Mum, give me 20p, I'll go to the shop. They keep pestering you until you give in and say, right, here's 20p, go and get some fucking sweets. Now, please don't do that. They don't do that. If they know I'm not ready, they leave me until, or, they don't always come. They might come to me and say, look, we need help. And if I'm ready and willing to do it, I'll do it. But if I'm not going to. If they sense that, then there's other people similar to me who they can go and fucking visit and try to communicate with. Why me all the time? You know what I've got, which I've not shown you yet. I don't know if I've shown you actually. But tonight I'm going to use one of these. I'm going to have to keep the cat out because the cat will love these. Otherwise she's going to be jumping on the bed and going crazy over it. And paranormal groups have used these. The flashing ball. That is motion censored, I believe. So if I put it on the bed, that should stop in a minute, yeah? But if anything knocks it or goes near it, I think it's more motion. It's not actually like, I think it's actually got to be moved for it to actually go off. But I've got a few of these. I ordered them on Amazon like about 6-7 months ago. And I've not even used them. And I've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. And I thought that'd be fun to have in the living room when I start doing the living room sessions again. But the living room I'm not going to be able to do. Not for a very long time. There's just too much stuff in the living room. And once I've got rid of a lot of the stuff, then yeah, I can possibly start doing the living room. But I will probably use some of these in here. And one on the bed, one over there. But I'll have the cat outside in the hallway when I do it. Because she sees that on the bed or on the cabinet, she's going to be jumping after it. And I can't have that. Hi, Nin. With the light up balls, nah, because I've not used them yet. Bought them 6 months ago, never used them. Reason, because I've not been doing the paranormal properly for the last year because of problems on social media. Social media broke my channel down with all the hate, the bullying, the cyber attacks. Had to get one guy arrested. He's facing charges. So I can't really talk about it, but I haven't really done the paranormal properly for a good year. And I'm hoping to get back to it by doing, like, you know, spiritual doll sessions, Ouija board sessions, maybe the odd pendulum one, if I can find my pendulum and pendulum board. Ghost boxes, EVPs, SLS camera, all different stuff what we used to use. The thing is, though, it does get a bit boring doing the same stuff, though. Now, how many people want to keep seeing the same thing? Like, in the summer, yeah, I'll probably be going out and doing some cemetery, which I was planning to do last year, but I didn't because of all the stress and anxiety and depression I was going through. I just couldn't be bothered. You know, I done one little session outside my bushcrafting camp last year, and that was it. A 10-minute video. And I don't think I caught much anyway. And normally I get a lot of stuff outside. I just wasn't open and wanting to do anything. Because all the shit that went down last year. I still suffer with anxiety and depression, chronic depression. I'm on 45 milligram antidepressant tablets each day. You know, some of these people know exactly what went down, what it did to me. I ended up in hospital 3 times last year. One with a broken hand, because I got up so angry and punched the fucking door and broke my hand. That led to 2 days later going back to the hospital to an epileptic fit. Suicidal thoughts. So much shit went down last year. And it ain't something that you can easily forget and come out of straight away. You know, it's going to take time. And a couple of times I lowered my antidepressant down. And just as I was getting better, shit started up again. It's not so much people calling me a liar and a fake for the stuff that I've caught in here. Because people know I do not lie and I do not fake any kind of evidence that I get in here. You know, what's the point when I've been doing it 8 years? You know, a lot of people know me and trust me. And I ain't going to lose my reputation being a paranormal investigator, start faking shit. Some people have done, but I wouldn't. No, you know what I was planning to do was conjure up the spirit, because like Simon James done that time when that doll moved on his stream. That doll, which I've now got, actually physically moved on the shelf, and we saw it live streaming. And there's no way for that doll to move. Something moved that doll, some spiritual energy, and I've actually got that doll, as you know. We did get some things happen to it when I got it myself. Like K2 meters. Well, K2 meters go off all the time here anyway, or used to. But when I put something against that doll, it should have fell forward, but it didn't. It got kind of like went backwards, and it shouldn't have done that, vice versa or whatever. And I still have that doll. And the book he told what he was doing, the conjuring of the spirits, I actually bought a copy of it. He wouldn't give me his copy, I'd buy a copy. And I was going to do like a conjuring spell, but I didn't do it last year because I've, too much negativity. I didn't be like trying to conjure up spirit when there's so much negativity, so much stress and depression floating around here. I didn't want to bring anything really, evil or negative or even demonic to come through. So I've held back on that. Still got a book somewhere. Yeah, I will do one sometime this year. Just got to find the book and learn a little bit about it. And even if I do it, I've got to be very, very careful, because there's a possibility you could open that wrong doorway, that wrong portal, and bring in something dark, evil, and demonic. And if I do that, that's my own stupid fault. I can't get someone down here to remove that, because they wouldn't know what I've done to bring it in the first place. Doing the paranormal is dangerous anyway. A lot of people say, just like load of fucking bullshit, fake. Well, let them think it's bullshit, fake. No, talking to spirits is a dangerous game. And, we are playing a dangerous game in one way, because we do not know who we are really talking to. No, we can't even prove that spirits really exist. Seeing apparitions, getting voices, don't mean they're real spirits, does it? Hey, Joe. No, I've done this because I wanted to learn more about the spirit world. This got me going when, and I said many times, this is how I got into it. When my dad was dying in hospital, my sister rang up and said he's not going to last the night. So I jumped on a bus, I jumped on a tube, and I jumped on a train. Then I got a taxi to the hospital my dad was in. It took me 2 hours to get there, a little bit more. And I didn't want to just go in there and, say bye, Dad, and come back home. I wanted to be there with him, and I was there throughout the whole night. My sister Sandra was there, but she went home to feed the kids and came back. So I was a bit nervous that if he did pass on that night, then I don't want to keep ringing up, the whole family and everything, So my sister did come back, but while she was gone, I was next to my dad, stroking his ear, talking to him. I fell asleep for a little bit until she came back, and then I stayed awake until the very second he took his last two breaths and died. But before he died, I said to him, Dad, if you ever want to visit me, but don't scare the shit out of me, kind of thing, I don't believe in ghosts and spirits, but if you want to come and say hello, do it in a way that you're not going to scare me. And it's 2 months later, I'm watching Ghost Hunters. They told you how to do EVPs, because it was my dad died November. It was late January, early February. I was in the kitchen, and it was around about 9 o'clock every night. I kept getting tugs on my shirt, as if someone was behind me, tugging the back of my shirt. And I thought my kids kept mucking around all the time. This went on for a week. I thought, no, something's going on here. And I was watching, I think it was Ghost Hunters, where they explained what an EVP recorder was. And I had my Nokia E5, which I still got to this day, still the same one. And it told you about EVPs. And I looked on my phone, it said it's got an audio recorder on it. So I thought, yeah, I'll test this out, not expecting to get nothing. Gone in the kitchen, make me coffee, put the recorder on. Anyone here, I want to come and say something, say hello, say my name, give me a message. Feel free to, I'll let record for a minute, and I'm going to turn it off and I'll play it back later. Done it, played it back. My dad's voice came through and said, Stephen, love you, son. And I'd already spoke to my sister, tugging the shirt, seen a few shadow figures. That night, I got a EVP, I rang my sister up. I said, Denise, you won't believe this. And I was sitting there like shaking, you know. She goes, don't tell me you've seen a ghost. I said, no, listen though. I think I've got Dad's voice on audio. She goes, what do you mean? So I told her I was watching like, you know, one of the ghost hunting shows and it said about EVP recorders. And I thought I'd just test it out. And I played the recording back. And she was like, what the fuck? Play that again. So I played it a second time. She goes, Stephen, that's Dad's voice. I said, I fucking know it is. And we both broke down crying our eyes out on the phone. And that's what got me into the paranormal, thinking, if that's my dad's voice when he's dead, what else can I get? And like I was seeing shadow movement, I was getting cold spots, I was getting audio through like the audio recorder. First proper way to communicate with my dad was candlelight. Like 2 candles. And I think I still got it on YouTube. I think 2 candles. 1 red, 1 black. One was white and 1 was red, I think. Something like that. And I said to my dad, like, I was doing like a little seance with these candles. And I said, Dad, if that's you, that's your spirit, and you know, around me now, make that candle flicker rapidly. If that's not my dad, then it's another spirit, make that candle flicker rapidly. And the one that I've put yes, no kind of thing, the one was supposed to be for yes, flickered rapidly, saying yes, my dad. So I kept asking questions that only my dad would probably know. And the candle kept really flicking rapidly. So rapidly, nearly went out a couple of times. And then, like, when I knew it was going to be a no answer, the one that I put as no would flicker as well. And I did ask a few questions, which I would, you know, I knew was going to be a no. And that happened. So that was the first way I communicated with, well, I say second way, because the first way was like with the audio recorder on the phone. But I'd done a candlelight one. And then over time, I've done other ways of doing like the ghost box. You know, I got my dad's voice on the ghost box a couple of times, which was like kind of mind blowing. How can I hear my dad's voice on the ghost box when he's dead? If I can hear it on an audio recorder, why not on a ghost box? And I heard his voice on the ghost box several times. But while I was doing these, I was going out to cemeteries. I was like taking photos. I was taking video. I was doing EVP recorders. I was doing ghost boxes. I had my K2 meter. I had all different things. And the things that I was getting made me more of a believer in the paranormal. But even though that I was getting all this stuff over the 8 years, I still don't know if the paranormal, talking to spirits, are real spirits. Are spirits real, you know? I believe they are real because how the hell can I get an audio voice of my dad on an EVP recorder and on a ghost box? Even if it's a spirit manipulating my dad's voice, which is a possibility. You know, there's something out there that's manipulating my dad. You know? Whether it being a fucking alien cloaked, you know, coming from a different dimension. We're communicating with something out there. We just can't prove that they are people that once lived, you know, family, friends, loved ones, you know. I don't think anyone can really get the real definite proof. You know, I've had apparitions, full-blown apparitions in here, in the bedroom, hallway, kitchen. I've had poltergeist activity. But people don't want to believe that shit. Some do, some don't. No, I ain't gone that extreme where I've become famous like some people do. Especially people that fake shit. And there are true paranormal investigators who do become famous. You know, I'm not in it for fame and fortune. Pretty nice, but even with the stuff I have got, it's never gone global. Never gone viral. And some of the people that are out there who fake shit, their videos go fucking viral and get like millions and millions of hits. I'll be doing ghost boxes later. Yeah, not tonight. Like, towards the end of the month. Not now. Not tonight. Right, it should be sound now. Don't want them now. I think it's because I. Right, it should be sound now. Don't want them now. I think. Yeah, I don't know what I'm now. Now, there's one thing I will not do, and I've known people who will do it, is provoke spirits in a negative way, playful way. Like I've said like to spirits before, come on, you fucking lazy shits, come out and play. Do something. Prove that you're real. Yeah, but I won't go to the extent of like provoking them in a negative way, calling them nasty names, saying you're a demonic piece of shit. You don't need to be on this planet or even reside on this planet. I wouldn't do anything like that. I won't provoke any spirits in a negative way because you just don't know what will come back. And if something does come back, it could come back tenfold and screw me right over. So that's why I have blessed water and holy salt around sometimes with me. So I feel like, there is going to be some kind of negativity or negative energies around. I'll stop what I'm doing. I'll, douse myself with salt and holy water, do a prayer, and then I'll either end the stream or take a break and hope that negative energy doesn't carry on residing around me. So I don't want, shit happening to me when I've already had enough shit happen to me over the last year with living people. Don't want it happening with, deceased people. Thank you very much. Yeah, well, Michael Huey, or whatever your name is, that's your own opinion. No, if you don't believe in ghosts and spirits, then that's your opinion. No, we ain't going to forcefully make you believe in it. I've seen stuff. I've dealt with stuff. I've been affected by spiritual energies. And if you don't want to believe that, then that's up to you. I don't give a flying crap what you think. That's why we do this stuff, to try and prove the existence of the afterlife. Like where people try to prove the existence of the Yeti, Bigfoot, Abominable Snowman, the Mothman, Loch Ness Monster. It's all paranormal. There's different fields in the paranormal, including aliens, alien life, beings from another planet. We're trying to prove if there is an existence between the afterlife, death, and living. And, you can't just pick on me. There's thousands and thousands of people out there that is doing this thing. So if you want to go and pick on other people, you go pick on other people. I've seen stuff. I've picked up stuff. I've got evidence that there are things out there that we can't explain. Whether it is a real life spirit, and then there's a possibility maybe it's just a glitch on the camera. Maybe it's just a voice from outside where we're kind of like thinking it's saying what we think it says. Night, Angela. Catch you later. Thanks for coming on in here. No, we can't prove any of this. That's why we do it. Even with evidence that we do get, people like you are just going to turn around and say, that's not real. That's fake. But how can you prove it's faked? There's evidence out there that people have caught and, gone viral, and people still don't understand it or believe it or want to believe it. Now, if it was to capture real life evidence of a spirit manifesting itself and making itself like a whole humanoid looking body kind of thing, and trying to give us a secret of, the spirit world, and then suddenly disappearing, people are still going to think it's fake. No, I can't understand and believe half the stuff I've got. I've caught apparitions in woodlands. I've caught apparitions live in my flat while live streaming. I've caught voices. I've caught light anomalies. People like Yorick see stuff on my screen. I don't see what he's seen. People have different abilities, different gifts. I feel that there are energies around me, but I don't see the energy. I might feel it, but I won't see it. Sometimes I might see it. Sometimes I might see something, but not feel the energy. You can either be a believer, disbeliever, or skeptic. And there have been skeptics out there who have suddenly turned around and started believing because they've seen stuff which they can't explain. A red-haired monk. Probably ginger. Hey, Ginger Monk. Shouldn't really take the piss, but hell, like someone told me, you can't take a joke. If you can't play around with the spirits, then the spirits can't be really kind of not want to have fun. Spirits were once human, and they had fun. So it's all right having like a little bit of fun and joke with spirits, I suppose. But as long as you're negative and being mean and nasty to them, then it'll be okay. There was one photo which I cannot find, and I thought I posted on my Facebook because a lot of my photos are on Facebook. Yeah, one of the first photos I ever caught was a apparition of a man in the distance on camera. And he's dressed all in black, and I was able to zoom in and get a close-up picture of it, and I put it on Facebook here. And I said, if anyone knows what that is, let me know. And I did get quite a big response saying, oh, it's just like pixeling, but most of them said, yeah, that's the spirit. One guy who said he was into photography said that he wanted to examine it, and could I give him permission? I said, yeah. And he said, right, what he was seeing was an image of a person with a long black kind of coat and a hat, black hat. Have you ever watched wrestling where the Undertaker wears that kind of black hat? It looked like one of those. And the person who was looking into my photo said that resembles an Undertaker, or like one of the people that used to guard the grounds in the cemetery, like a security guard in one way, I suppose. And that's what I used to dress up in, like these long black, long gown coats and these hats, especially in the Victorian time, like late Victorian, early 1900s. And that's the first kind of apparition I ever picked up on camera. And a lot of people said, yeah, we can see that. And I'm thinking, well, I must have caught something then. But the more kind of interesting ones were at Jordan's Wood, where me and my two nephews, they were behind me all the time. On video, we caught moving apparitions. There wasn't no one else in that fucking woodland. One was dressed like a monk and one was dressed like a hunchback. That's two in one night. Went back there a few weeks later, same location, but where we caught these other first two, on the opposite side of the pathway we was heading up, we caught another apparition. And I posted that on Facebook, and my mate David's son stated that is a possible apparition of David trying to manifest himself, because his son reckons and states that he knows that area, and that area, even though it is dark, nighttime, he says that is, to his knowledge, the location where they kind of laid the ashes of his dad, or some of his ashes, because his dad always used to like going in the woodlands. And I know that because we used to muck around in the woodlands when we was younger anyway. So Dominic, David's son, believes that apparition was David trying to manifest himself. No, when I used to do stuff with Pete, Paranormal Man, first time I started doing stuff with him, I was very, very serious. I did not like him laughing around. Pete used to eat a lot of sweets, and he always kept opening these sweets, the wrapping, and it kind of I always thought, oh, God, how can I do like an EVP or something when he's fucking messing around and eating sweets? And I asked him to be quiet a couple of times, and he said, "Yeah, sorry, Steve, carry on." And he kind of sniggered. And getting to know Pete after a while, he was one of those guys who liked mucking around. He didn't. I don't think he really wanted to be too serious. Because he said to me spirits were once people, and people used to muck around and a good laugh and a joke. And I said, yeah, fair enough, but when I'm doing the EVP, can you try not to muck around and eat sweets and piss about? And sometimes he and these kids were kind of quiet, and then we do what I need to do. I know I cleared a load of spirits off over Andy's way, crossed them over. And the two main ones were Edna and Arthur. And the first time I went there, the first night I went there and stayed there, poltergeist happened. Things were being thrown off the shelf, and I've got that on my stream, because he was using CCTV, and you see the things being thrown off me, not once but twice. First one was just a tin can, and that was supposedly tin can collectible. See that being levitating, thrown off the cabinet. I called him down, a bit panicky, scared out of my fucking wits. Told him, he goes, "Oh, don't worry, it won't happen anymore." I'm laying there trying to get sleep, and 20 minutes later, whoever it was must have built up enough energy, and they pulled off several items this time. They all went flying down in my feet. I'm screaming out like a little girl going, hey, get down here. I told him, and when he turned the light on, the amount of stuff on the floor was whoa. I said, I've got to go. I want to get home. I'll take me home and ring me cab. I don't give a fuck. I want to leave. They said, no, go upstairs and sleep in my son's room, on the floor, which I did do. And I didn't think I'd go back, but I did. I went back. Because I believe that, whatever it was more like trying to call out for help. And when we was doing ghost box sessions, I asked who that was throwing those things at me. And it kept coming up with a female voice, Edna. All the time, Edna. Every question I asked about those things being thrown off the shelf at me, Edna. Was you a good spirit or a bad spirit? And I kept getting good. I even felt like it was a good spirit. I just needed help, I was a bit pissed off being there. So eventually I crossed Edna over. But there's another spirit, Arthur, which we would believe was her husband. And he didn't cross over at the same time. He started giving Pete a lot more activity. So I had to go back and cross Arthur over, which I believe I'd done, because after I crossed him over, doing streams here, every time I was doing a stream and asking he was here, I was getting Edna and Arthur. When Pete was doing little streams over through Skype, he wasn't getting Edna and Arthur's name. When he asked who was here on the live stream on Skype, who's at Steve's house? Edna. Who else is there? Arthur. And I believe Edna and Arthur they was here for at least 6 months until they decided that they wanted to just move on. And sometimes I'd still get their name come through a ghost box, as if they'd come down in visitation. And everyone believe that? That's up to you. No, I feel that when you are helping a spirit to cross over, they are happy and they've kind of been helped to move on to the other side, cross over. And if they're allowed to, they can come down and visit you and speak to you and thank you. But yeah, there was a couple of videos. Thanks, Ian. There's a couple of videos that happened on those nightly streams. That one isn't. Oh, is it the one? Yeah, that is the one. Yeah, that is the one. Yeah, that's when I was in the living room sleeping. And you can see orb activity as well on that video. Now, in the very corner of the video, where the table is, right in the corner, there's something moving in and out. We think that might have been a cobweb. We don't know. But it kind of like goes in and out, in and out. But on the table, sometimes you see like light anomalies flying past. But that particular night, you know, when the first thing came flying off the shelf at me, yeah, it kind of like hit, I think it hit the table or went under the table and hit my foot. I called Pete down and told him. He goes, oh, don't worry, you know, don't worry, you'll be all right. And Pete was more concerned about his fucking Elvis Presley collectible tin can, you know, kind of thing. So he picks it up and puts it back. And he calms me down a bit, goes, look, just go to sleep, you'll be all right, mate, you know. So I'm laying there in the pitch black. I think I even fucking said a prayer, to be honest with you, like a protection prayer. And if you go like 10 minutes, 18 seconds, you can see the tin flying off the shelf. And you see the tin can. Let's go back a bit. Watch this. Tin flies off there. It went so quick. I did try slowing it down a little bit. Comes flying off here now. And that bounced down there. And I could feel it under, like landing under the table as if it's hitting my feet. So it's probably about 15 minutes later. I'm trying to go to sleep again. You know, I had that motion sensor on, yeah, which I turned on earlier. And you see, I'll get up and turn it off. So I had my little flashlight on as well because I'm fucking petrified, I'll be honest with you. And I thought, you know what, I'll put the blanket over my head because that's what I do sometimes. If I can't sleep, I'll put a blanket over my head. Try to get a bit of sleep, you know, a bit quicker. But around about towards the ending, so we think that was a spider web there. But you see there, you know, several things came flying off there. About 3 or 4 things. And the noise of it really, like, it was loud enough. You know, I was so fucking scared, I had to call Pete down again. Now, I think we do have the actual full video the live stream. Well, I think it's live stream. Like, he gave me what he gave me, and I think that's like part of it, because I believe I called him down, and he came down and said, like, um, just go up and to his son's room and sleeping on the floor, which I did do. So, no, it's kind of like crazy stuff that happened. And that's like I think that's more of the first real poltergeist activity that I ever had at Pete's house. Was when the first time the tin came flying off here, right, that tin can, his prize Elvis Presley collectible tin can, when he came down, he put it back up on the shelf, and I saw him put it up on the shelf here. He didn't put it behind or anything, it was more in front. And as I say, like about 15, 20 minutes later, that same tin can came flying off the shelf with other items, which was behind it. So, like, he could have put the thing behind it, and that when it gets like thrown off, other stuff would have came off. It could have done, if he put it behind, but I think he put it in front. But other stuff behind it came flying off as well. So that was kind of like one of the first ever craziest poltergeist stuff that's happened. Well, I've had stuff happen here as well. And I've had the Bible knocked down for no reason at all. I've had a golf ball in the living room look like picked up and thrown at me. And I actually got up after that happened, and I tried to debunk that golf ball. Seeing any kind of vibration or movement could like made it kind of fly across. And every time I touched that golf ball or jumped up and down to make vibration, that golf ball fall, it fell and bounced once or twice, and that was it. It didn't actually like fly across the room like it originally did. And I was doing a Ouija board session in the living room that night. I've had the 45-minute anomaly on the old Xbox SLR camera in the kitchen. I haven't heard anyone else have like 45 minutes on an SLS camera activity. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, yeah, not 45. And I had to go in there in the kitchen, my live stream, trying to debunk it. As soon as I went over to the window where the Bible was, so I went to touch the Bible, it disappeared. So I believe whatever that was, hanging around where the Bible was, more probably like might have been spirit, which could have been religious or something, and interrupting that energy field made it disappear. Well, I've got so much evidence here. Some people believe it, some people don't believe it. Some people are skeptical about it. But none of mine ever went fucking viral like some of this fake ass shit has. But I've had like millions of hits. I've never put any of my stuff in the newspaper. The only thing that ever went in the newspaper was over at the park, the children's park. Even the day you go over there with a K2 meter, you're going to get hit on the K2 meter. What's there, I don't know. I'm just wondering where that park is, where me, and not just me, but my nephew Aaron, and on another occasion, Simon James, when he was down here, we all went over there different times and was all getting K2 hits on Rowan Park recreation ground, which is like got a field, then you've got like a park for the kids. And I so kind of like wondering what the hell was causing that EMF. I didn't think it was spiritual. I thought it could be spiritual, but when I research stuff, I sometimes take days, even a week or two, to try to research it. And I couldn't find anything about that park, apart from it could have possibly been a factory. But there used to be factories around here at one time, before the during the World War II. And I was wondering if there was a factory there, maybe it got bombed so badly that there could be fragments, bomb shells there. And I'm thinking bomb shells could give off that kind of not radioactivity, but what's that fucking word I'm trying to think of? EMF, electromagnetic energy. Because you think about it, some bombs had magnets in, didn't they? Or if you overheat a piece of metal to a high extent, then that can set off a K2 meter or an EMF device. So I'm thinking maybe if there was a factory there and it got bombed, obliterated, there could be little fragments in the ground. But the thing is, which we don't understand, you put a K2 meter or EMF device on the ground, you won't get nothing. But as soon as you lift it up from 6 inches off the ground, 6 inches off the ground to 6 feet off the ground, K2 meters go crazy. Not in every spot, but like I say, a good 80% of that field was getting K2 hits constantly. And I got a bit concerned about that, so I rang up the council and I said to them, I feel that there's some kind of form of EMF there that could cause, medical illnesses and, sickness to kids. And the council didn't want to know anything about it. So I rang up the papers came round, interviewed me, took a story over it, which is on the internet. Ghost Hunter EMF Spike, or whatever it's called. And I think it's in the Wimbledon, what's it called? Guardian, I think it's Wimbledon Guardian. I can find it, hang on a minute. So I'll find it. Your local Guardian. Unusual discovery by Ghost Hunter and Mitcham Park Spikes health concerns. Fucking hell, he beat me to it, you sod. The thing is, with that pissed me off a little bit, actually, because at the time I had my K2 meter in my hand, and before the guy took out his camera, it was spiking constantly. And when he took a close-up of the K2 meter, it's just single green. And I said to him, just wait, wait, it's going to spike red. And as soon as he started taking photos, it started spiking red. And the arsehole just took a picture of the green K2 hit. And that was documented August 2013 when I first found that. Because I took up ghost hunting late 2011, 2012. So I'm going to read that out because I never got to read that out properly, actually. So it said, I think there's other stories actually on other papers. I can't remember. But it says Stephen Williams, 49, took up ghost hunting 2 years ago after the death of his father, when he started experiencing unusual occurrences at his home in Mitcham. He said things started happening around the house. Doors were opening and shutting, and heard footsteps. I started buying videos and books because I was so interested in it. The father of 3, which I am, says he seen several apparitions during his hunts from a white lady, ghostly monk, and Victorian undertaker. Well, the ghostly Victorian undertaker was the first one I ever picked up in the cemetery, which is in Tooting. The white apparition, I said I saw like a white, kind of like figure that possibly could be a white, an image of a woman. So he kind of got that a little bit muddled up. But the ghostly monk is the video, which we caught on the Jordan's Wood video. In his latest hunt, the father of 3 made a visit to Rowan Road Recreation, Mitcham, and was shocked with the readings from his electromagnetic field EMF reader. Ghost hunters use EMF readers to monitor fluctuations in EMF fields, which they believe can indicate a ghost presence. Although Rowan Road Recreation Ground is opposite Streatham Cemetery and Rowan Road Jewish Cemetery, the readings are so high Mr. Morgan does not believe the cause is supernatural. He said there was so much EMF I was getting a bit concerned because children play there. There are 2 cemeteries across the road, but even if 100 ghosts came over, it would not cause that much EMF. It's all around the park. He returned to the park to recheck his readings, which were again unusually high. He said, the only thing I can think of is during World War II, maybe a few bombs were dropped, or maybe there are cables running underneath, causing the high EMF readings. Health concerns over high exposure to EMF, such as mobile phones, radiation, and an increased risk of cancer, have been raised but never proven, according to the WHO, World Health Organization. Others have claimed to suffer with hypersensitivity to EMF, causing aches and pains, headaches, depression. Who's that? Wait a minute. Hold a minute, guys. Just got to answer the phone. Right, that is my son calling me. He's going to bring my mattress round tomorrow. So yeah, I was claiming to suffer with hypersensitivity to EMF, causing aches and pains, headaches, depression, sleeping disorder. But again, there's little scientific evidence all upon me to support this theory. Then like I had a load of like stupid negative comments on that newspaper, but after a while I think they get taken off. I'm not sure. Yeah, there's 13 comments under there. There's a guy called Zeno. Oh, for goodness sake, persuade scientific nonsense. And I gave him a list of like medical issues it can cause. It can cause headaches, migraines, irritability, behaviour disorder, insomnia, ADHD, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, stroke, seizures, autism. So many different things I wrote down. And this then I was just being an arsehole. I told him if you Google EMF reports, it'll tell you. And you're going, oh, you seem to be so easily convinced. However, will you be able to provide some evidence for your Astrons or whatever? I don't know what the guy was on about. Then there's a couple of ones where they got deleted by another user. Middleman 2000. Oh dear, people do believe some crazy stuff. Randy Rain. If I was a ghost, the last place I would float around is Mitcham. So yeah, you had some sarcastic like comments, but that's what you get when you get your story in the paper sometimes. Right, I'm going to shoot off now, guys. Thanks for coming on anyway. I'll probably try to do a stream before the end of next week. I might do a dole session, as I say, possibly 31st, which will be next Sunday, maybe. Depending on how I feel, if I've got the energy to do it. I ain't going to do it if I don't feel, if I've got the energy, or if I don't feel right in doing it, I ain't going to do it. If I feel I want to do it, I'll do it. But I don't know if we'll do a Ouija board or not. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, I'm going to go. So I need to go to the bathroom. And I need to have a bit of an early sleep tonight, as my son's coming around tomorrow with my new mattress. So, yep. This piece of shit here is going outside next to the recycling skip, where there's 3 other, there's like, someone's dumped another 3 mattresses out there, so 1 extra one to be collected when the old recycling people come around and collect them. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting my new mattress tomorrow. It's one of those, what are they called? Memory foam ones. Right, yeah, so like I'm going to go, and I'll catch you all in the next time when I'm on. Catch you later. Have a good week. Stay safe. Be safe. And if you are in the lockdown, just do whatever you need to do, I do what I need to do. If I need to go out, I have to go out, shopping, chemist, get medication. I don't go out every single day. I think I've only been out like twice in a week. So I don't go out unless it's necessary to go out. The only time I go is when I need to go out and get my electric key sorted out, a bit of shopping. And that's it. Right, catch you later. Good night.